Hello everyone and welcome to part 5. Let me see, I did 3 yesterday, 2 today. I think this is part 5 and then I'll do part 6. Part 6 will be a couple of other decks that I'm waiting on, they're in the mail, they're on their way, and they will probably get here all, like, by the time they all finish getting here, they'll probably end up getting here by the month of May. So I'll do the part 6 once that gets here. This next one is the Da Vinci Enigma Tarot by Kathleen Matthews. And I have worked with this one before. And this is a collage in tarot of the drawings of Leonardo da Vinci. And I did a review, so you guys know a little bit more on how I found the deck, but I'm going to tell you anyway. And this, I did trim it and edge it. And if you do have this deck and you edge it and trim it, just know that the cards are not going to be the same size. So the way I found this marvelous piece of work was in the strands. The strand is a killer. It sucks you right in with like books and DVDs and CDs and tarot and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I saw it and I was like, wow, this is so interesting. I love Leonardo da Vinci. And I told the deck, I was like, I'm going to come back for you, so don't attract anybody else. And sure enough, I went back like 2 weeks later because at the time I didn't have enough resources, and I wanted to see whether it was something that I wanted or not. I did play around with it, like I just opened the box just to see what it was about, and then I was like, yes, I have to have it. And it had like such an old soul. I mean, it felt so good. And this deck does have keywords in it at the bottom, but it reads beautifully. It really does. It's like you don't really have to put too much in it. You don't have to go buy the Rider-Waite-Smith either. At least I don't think so. And then the backs form a collage. Ooh, the backs form a collage. Like these two probably, see, they end up together, and you can form a big collage at the end, which is unique. Then it is the Wild Unknown, which everyone is like attached to. They need it. They want it. Oh my God. This is the first edition. And I got this over a year ago. Oh my God. No, I have more than a year ago, actually. And I just started working with it like maybe 2-3 months ago. Like in-depth working with it. And I trimmed it, I edged it, and I blackened the edges. Yes, yes. This is a very shamanistic deck. There are no people in it, and I guess people will consider it to be a pit deck, but it reads effortlessly. Like, people sometimes are afraid. Like, if you check other people's reviews on it, they're a little afraid of what the deck is going to say and how they're going to get along with it. And oh my God, it has no humans in it. And it's mostly black and white with a tint of color. I'm sure everyone and their mother knows about this deck, but just so you guys can see. And it has the Roman numerals. And the pages are changed to daughters and sons, and the queen and kings are mother and father. Fantastic. Fantastic. So there's nothing to be afraid about with this one. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. It's great. And it's not the author of the deck made it so that it is let me continue, since I'm going to continue talking about it. The author made it so that it doesn't read in reversals, but once you cleanse your decks, you can make it do whatever you want. I feel like if you take off the borders, It's easy to do reversals with. Easier, I feel. Or maybe it's just me because I have tiny, tiny hands. And the book is, I had the book, I sold it. I don't need that book. It just didn't give, I felt like she should have given more as a in regards to like the symbolism of the animals. The book it's just didn't meet to par with the imagery. It didn't meet standards, but according to me. But it did bring this little pamphlet also if you don't want to buy the book, which is like $20 or $30 more, and it's black and white. So this comes with the deck alone if you don't buy the book. So just so you guys know. The next one is the Nefertari Tarot. And this one is one of the expensive decks, and it's Los Carabios, and it does not bring a book. I blackened it. And I hate that it doesn't have a book because it has so much symbolism. I hope they do a book, because if they do, I would totally purchase it. In regards to the imagery and what's happening. And I feel like I've heard people say that they've purchased the Egyptian tarot, and then some of the imagery in this deck is also in that deck, and so that they compare it. But I wouldn't want that because it's not about this deck; it's about the other deck. So no, like it has so many. It's just a fantastic deck, and it's gilded in gold. Look at that. And I think I did a review on it already, if I'm not mistaken. I know this is not about Nefertiti, it's about Nefertari, and she was a queen, but it's not the same person. A lot of people think it's Nefertiti, and it's not. That's the important thing about reading the little pamphlets, which I started doing. I was one of those people that did not read the pamphlets, and now I do. Due to the fact that it's so crazy. The information that you can miss when you don't read it. And then, you guys, they shuffle amazing. I think I did the new year readings with this deck. Then the next one is the Ferry Oracle. Lucy Cavendish production. This book is very informative. I don't agree with certain things in it, but it's informative. I trimmed and edged and cornered the deck, and this is gold. This is the back. I love it. I absolutely love it. However, this is probably not what not probably, but it's just some of the pictures in here is not what I feel fairies look like. Like the Brian Froud is a better depiction of what the fairies look like to me and how they appear to me. But nonetheless, this deck is absolutely fantastic. Like the back of this card is like the Brian Froud. Backing in the first Brian Froud Fairy Oracle. But it reads beautifully. It's just fantastic. It's not fluffy at all. It has shadow. It has shadow and light and all this other good stuff. And it also has some cards that I kind of wonder, like, what is this card doing here? Like, what is this? What is this about? Why is this card in here? But for the most part, it's a juicy deck. It's absolutely fantastic, and I love it. Live it. I think I did a review on this also. So then we have the Tarot of the She, which it's a Schiffer production, and I have not worked with it in depth as of yet. But I trimmed it down. Like just touching it right now makes me feel a certain type of way. That's how powerful it is, okay? Some of the excuse me, I've been talking all day, I feel. Some of the imagery is Rider-Waite-Smith based, but then it also has its own system, and it also has keywords at the bottom. And this is the she community. Well, this is the backing. The she community, it's a fairy community. It's a fairy world. A lot of people don't like to use this deck because it's a little scary to them, but I love it. And I'll do a review on it soon. The moment I opened the deck, I was like, oh my god. Oh. And the reading was powerful, ridiculously powerful. And I love the way that the author describes how these souls came to her. And she did the writing and the illustration. And the borders were really big. It was kind of like the Marielle Tarot, but now it's like this. Yes. Yes. I will not be using this as a oracle deck, as opposed to the Marielle Tarot, which I will be using as tarot and oracle, but not this one. Oh my god, just looking at it and then just turning the card over just made my third eye just tingle. Oh my gosh, fantastic, fantastic. If you're looking for a different species or souls to work with that have fairy energy, the she is perfect. So then I have, which I did up also, this is the Golden Tarot. I did a review of this and I did trim it down and I did the edges again. I did the edges. Ooh, and it left. And it left. I did the edges and the corners once again. This is, it was a little tough for me to get, but I talk about it in my review and it's just beautiful. The gold, the colors that are used in here are very feminine pastel, and the readings are absolutely fantastic. Okay, fantastic. And it's Rider-Waite-Smith, so it doesn't matter whether it's in French or not. So yes, look at the Hermit. And you guys can see how it used to look in my review, but I decided to trim it down. So that's that. And I do use this for client readings a lot, even though it doesn't seem like I do, but I do. I left a lot of books behind, actually. But it is what it is. This is the Conscious Spirit Oracle, which I did not trim, and I'm contemplating on doing so. I really am. I don't know how I would do that, but this is the back is gorgeous. And the reason why I got this deck is because it has like fairies and angels all together, and the messages when they come through, it's like synchronistic, shamanistic type of energy, and it's crazy. It's crazy, 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 the type of energy that comes in through these cards and the messages, and they work with the elements, which is absolutely perfect. It looks like a fluffy deck, but it's not. It's not to be taken lightly at all. Let's see. And it's not. It seems like a. I just have to show you guys. Like, look at that. has different colors, but I think I'm really going to trim it though. I think I am. I don't know how I will do it, but I will. Only because there is these little ribbon things in the top, but I'll see how I work that out. Fantastic. It is fantastic. I'm like scratching down. It's beautiful. Look, it has mermaids in it too. But it's synchronistic, and I think I did a review on this also. So that's that. And I have the Tiny Universal Weight Tarot. And the reason why I got this one is because I have to, which I haven't, I'm waiting for my Book of Shadows to want to work with me. For me to activate it and write what it wants me to write. I have a list of, or an outline of how I want it to look. Teeny tiny. And I got this one because I'm going to do a section. Oh, this is the back. I'm going to do a, oh, this is not the back. This is the back. Like I said, I'm going to do a section of in my Book of Shadows with tarot, and I'm going to stick these in it. That's what I'm planning to do. So it's regular Rider-Waite Smith based. And because I didn't want to buy a big deck for it, so I bought a teeny tiny one to put it in there. And so that is that. So that is amazing. And it comes in this little box. That is amazing that they did that. So I'm not going to be using it to work with anybody, but that's that. And then I did not bring the book for this, but this is the tea leaf cards, and the cards are round, and I have not been called to use to do tea leaf readings, but this is more of like a study deck. I don't know if I will ever use it to divine, and if I do, that's fine also. But my spirit hasn't called me to do that as of yet. Let's see. These are the purples. Let's see. And then these go by colors because the backs are red. I forgot why or what the system is. But it goes by, oh, the astral houses. There you go. The greens are the astral houses. And then the reds are the tea leaf symbolism. And then the months of the year is purple. Like this. And then the reds are more tea leaf. Oh, well, I already did the reds, right? Yes. And then they have the big words there describing the imagery, and then the keywords at the bottom. So these are pretty cool. Let's see, what else? What else? And then this is the secret language of color cards. Oh, let's put one in here. I'm a mess. This is the secret language of color cards. I know there's another deck that has to do with colors, but this is the one that called out to me the most because of the messages in it. Big and beautiful colors. Fantastic. I know there's other decks out there that talk about, that have more colors, but this is perfect for me. I feel like this deck resonates with me more, and I'm very much into colors and imagery I have not worked with it as of yet, but this wanted to be in my collection, so I bought it. And the shuffling is great. That. I'm going to go a little faster. This is the Under the Roses Lenormand, which I have not had a chance to work with either. And I will be doing the edges on this. I'm not going to trim them because I feel like they're perfect just the way they are. That. I have been practicing my Lenormands. I feel like from here to probably next year, I'll feel comfortable doing like a monthly reading with the Lenormand. So, and this one is a good deck because it feels vintage. I was gonna give it away, but I didn't have the heart to do so. It really wanted to stay with me. Oh, this is the back. I forgot. I don't know if I showed you guys. But it really wanted to stay with me, and it doesn't show a lot, but in the back it has keywords. So I guess this could be a beginner deck, if you want to call it a beginner deck. It has the number right here, and the association with the playing card. I also have the Celtic Lenormands, but I'll show you guys that in the 6th video of my reviews, because right now I want to do 12 at a time. This one is the Magical Empowerment cards. Magical Empowerment? I want to say these are the Magical Empowerment cards. And if it's not, then please somebody correct me. But this is the back, and these are the sides. I made this blue and down here purple. That's why they look like that. But once I do the video on how I do the sides, I will show you guys how I do that, and it'll be better because my camera is clearer than this camera. This is my laptop camera, and I won this deck in a giveaway. This is fantastic. This deck is absolutely beautiful, and it's fairy, dragon, unicorns, and this is exactly how they would look like to me. They remind me of the Tarot of the She, but this deck is in my private space. It stays with me. It will always stay with me, and I'm not quite sure if I will ever use it for anyone else. I think this one is going to be one of those where I am a hoarder, and I don't want to share the imagery. I don't want to share the messages because I feel like it speaks to me and only me. It's fantastic. I have not done, yes I do. I did a review on this already. And then I have the Lenormand Oracle. And this is the back, and these are the sides, which is a dark red. And this is Lenormand. And I bought these, I trimmed these down, and I bought these at Amazon. So if you guys are interested, they're probably still available. It has the playing cards right here. And then it has the number and the name of the card down here. And then up here, it has the keywords, which is, I guess you can say this is good for beginners also. I have used this deck I have on myself because I am learning Lenormand now. And journaling, and this is just a very good deck. So I would recommend it because it has everything, and the imagery just looks old and vintage, and it's just fantastic. Fantastic. Now, then I have the Fable playing cards. I'm not a playing card collector. Oh my gosh. But this one was beautiful, and I got it directly from Bicycle. This is fantastic. Yep. Great. Because it has imagery to go with it. And even though they all seem a little sad, pull this here. See if I can. Oh, it's a little better. They seem sad, but they're not. They're vampires, and it's just fantastic. Like, each card has a picture on it. Look at it. The Joker. Fantastic. I have not read in this life with these type of decks. This deck as of yet, but I'm sure it will be easy. It is a playing card deck, so it's small, very nice, easy to shuffle. Fantastic. Let's see here. What else do I have going on? Then I have a self-published deck, which is the Voice of Stones, Journey of the Ancients by Linda Apple. And this is exactly that, a stone oracle. This is the deck. I have not worked with this deck as of yet. And it is shells and stones that represent certain energies. And this deck is meant to work with someone's soul. It is a self-published deck. It was written and created by Linda. I have not read the book as of yet. And I feel like she has a specific system where it's like ancient, like an ancient language. And this deck spoke to me in many ways because it's alien to humanity, but everything to me. Excuse me. Fantastic imagery. It's not all rocks. If you look at it very closely, it has images like this, and then it has images such as this one, and then images such as this one that have writing and sacred messages hidden. And yes, people can do daily draws on this, but I feel like this deck, yes, I will be using it for other people because it will connect them to their soul, I feel. So let's see. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Love it. I love it. I have not done a review on it as of yet, but I will get to it once it's ready to work with me. And it also comes in its own pouch. Look at this. It comes in its own pouch. And it has to do with what? Astrology and the heavens. It's powerful. Just touching it makes me crazy. And the last but not least for this video, it is the Poet's Oracle, which I just did a review on, and it should be up as soon as I'm done recording these. And I received this today, and this is a self-published deck, and it's published by our very own storytelling tea and tarot, Larissa, and you guys can check it out. Like I said, it's a self-published deck. All these pictures, all the messages are taken by her, and the messages are symbolism, the card name, and a quote with the name of the creator of the quote. And she does have landscape cards. And while it seems like a dark deck, it is not a dark deck. But it does speak to the soul. And I'm not going to go too much into it because I already did a review on it. Like, I just finished doing a review. And so that'll be that. Fantastic. Fantastic deck. And yeah, and I edged these. The material is amazing, but I just did a review. You guys can go check it out of this deck where I speak wonders about it. And I just did it black. Just does it justice. So I will see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for about, let's see, for this month, the relationship topic for the month, which I don't know what it's going to be about. And stay tuned for the topic of the month, or I guess the story. It's not really a topic, but the story of the month. If you're new to my channel and this is the first time that you are watching my videos, I like to do, well, starting this month, I started doing the monthly videos, but since I was so behind in doing like videos for my collection and doing reviews, I already recorded the reviews. I'm uploading the videos for the collection, for the Tarot Oracle card collection as we speak. I have to do one more that I know of for this year. For this year. That's going to go with, you know, my collection, just doing a quick run through of my collection. And I have to record the relationships reading, and I have to record the topic reading. And I'm gonna record 2 topics this month because I'm that behind, and I have like a list of videos that I want to do. And 2 things happened this month, just this month. Meanwhile, April already started. Like, it just started. Like, I'm doing these videos April 9th. 2 things occurred that wanted me to that inspired me to talk about the videos, because I write down what I want to write about, or what I want to what the topic of the videos are, but I don't always do the videos right away. I do them when my soul tells me, you know, this is the time. This is when things need to go up and running, or people need to know about this. So that's that. So stay tuned for that. And this channel is for pagans and non-pagans alike. So welcome to my channel, and thank you so much for watching, and love and blessings to all of you guys. Peace.